Cincinnati downtown. What's up with y'all? Listen.
Get it together, brother. Get it together. Get it together,
We're about
brother.
to go to the museum, right?
Underground Railroad Museum.
Underground Railroad
Yeah.
Museum. You know, understand the history that was happening when the slaves would cross over.
Yep.
Hey, that's funny. Yeah, but look at the city. This is boarded up right here.
Yeah, this is boarded up. So it's interesting. Well, I know why that one's boarded up. But look, like
Which one?
that one right there. It just says Christian Science something. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
baby,
yeah.
let's go, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like this old school architecture. You know what I'm saying? Like the German.
National Bank right there.
This reminds me of the Lazarus Building in Columbus a little bit. Like the thing is, I don't think a lot of people will pay attention to architecture as much as they should. But the reason I like Cincinnati is because it has a lot of like old school 40s, 50s architecture. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, look. You can even look at this building. This is like 30s, 1930s, 40s types of building.
Yeah, this is definitely
Right?
1930s, 40s.
Look at that right there too.
I think 1930s, 40s. Yeah, let's see.
That too, right? When you look at like we look at like, let me see, what's a city? If we look at, you've been to Tokyo, right?
Yeah,
Tokyo looks newer than this, right?
yeah, way newer.
It looks way more.
Well, there's certain areas that they try to keep traditional, but yeah, majority, yeah, it look way newer than this.
So like even like we'll use Dubai, even though whatever.
Yeah. The whole thing is
Dubai
new.
actually looks newer than
Yeah.
this. Obviously, you could tell when you look at certain buildings. When you're in certain cities, you see certain buildings. You can tell which year they were built.
Exactly.
Like,
Which is dope.
Yeah,
which is dope.
Like
yeah.
like German National Bank. I don't know why Germans are here, but
But they're here. They
hey, remember World War II? I don't know why they here.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's like, let me stop.
They gonna come after you, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, now this right here. Listen, bro.
This right here, I think this is an older building. I don't know how old it is, but I think what's up, brother? How you doing? Chilling.
Check this out, man. Right now, imagine being up there, building this around what 40s.
Yeah, probably 40s.
Bro, scary.
Oh, I think there's some ghosts in there, and I'm probably not gonna go
Yeah,
there.
like
bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
how many accidents do you think like actually happened there?
Like accidents, like people fell down.
Yeah.
Oh, you like the people that used to like wipe the windows.
Remember, no,
Probably a lot.
even built.
Oh yeah, when
like,
they built it, yeah, probably. I'd probably say over 500 people probably passed away.
Exactly.
That's just a guesstimate. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Now, think about this. 500 people right around that time. Think about the pay.
The pay? Oh,
The pay.
the pay was probably like 10 cents a day, which is crazy.
But hold on. Well, let me use context. Back then that was probably a lot due to the economy
the economy
at the
and
time.
stuff. Yeah.
So that was probably a lot of money.
Okay, maybe the builders didn't get paid 10 cents a minute. Maybe like $1, maybe like $5 a day.
But say we was gonna build that now, pay better money, more money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how much money they actually paying nowadays for that, to be honest with
Exactly,
you.
right. Now when the Great Depression happened, I can already imagine.
Oh, the Great Depression,
Well,
yeah.
I can already imagine what was going on. That bank too,
Yeah,
people was
yeah.
trying to pull out money.
Yep.
Money, froze accounts.
Wouldn't come.
Bro,
Wouldn't come out.
Zero, froze accounts.
Right.
All their life savings,
Right.
stocks gone.
Yep,
Right? Because
yep.
remember, during the people see this is the problem, right? That people don't realize. Now, the 1920s. What era did they call that? Because the 1920s was nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, until the Great Depression hit.
Until the Great Depression hit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So everybody was playing the stock market around the
Yep,
time and
yep.
everything like that. Even in you know, like history on like even in Wall Street in New York,
Yeah.
people were playing the stock market. People were making some good money. People was
Yeah,
like,
they
"Oh,
was
the
getting
stock
rich.
market can never crash.
Yep.
It's going well right now." Then
Then it crashed.
it crashed around what 1930.
30 something.
1930? No, wait.
Or maybe it was like 29,
So
30,
29,
30,
right?
something like that, yeah.
No. When did World War II happen? 1940s?
42? 43, 42?
It happened around the 30s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they was killing
Because
themselves.
their life savings was going. The whole country was broke.
Yep. Well, the reason is because you already knew most of the time, if you ain't bringing that bread, the woman's gonna leave you. I'm just being honest. I'm being honest.
You know what's crazy? A lot of divorces.
Yeah, a lot of divorces. Yeah.
Right. And so, what's what happened is that like
a lot of
now
men was jumping off and killing themselves.
now rich people, obviously, if you're a million, they lost a couple.
Oh yeah.
But they were still
they
rich.
were still good, yeah.
Right? Bro, it's you think about it, bro. It's like our system works like a economics like a bubble.
Yeah, like
what's that bubble?
Yep. Yeah, I mean,
A recession, but here's the thing that people don't know.
a recession is not good, man.
It's not good.
It's good for people that's planning and they got their money stacked up,
but
and you want to buy property or something like that.
It's not good for people who are not prepared.
Which I would say majority. What did,
or not.
Yeah, what did it say? Majority of people in America, they have less than $1,000 in their savings, and then they're living off debt a lot of times.
They live paycheck to paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, once you understand like capitalism, bro, you like, oh. Now the thing about capitalism is you're gonna have to. It's gonna be cold-hearted.
Yeah.
Because capitalism is based on individuality.
Yeah.
Shit. You know, people say socialism. You know, socialism is more group thinking, which a lot of like Chinese and all that stuff is. But when you come to the United States, it's more individualistic.
Well, I mean, I would almost have to say it has to be that way because there's so many different races and ethnic groups in America.
Well,
everybody's not going to agree on one thing.
And think about it, right? If we didn't have individualism here, we wouldn't innovate.
Yeah.
Different ideas, we innovate.
It's a gift and a curse.
It's a gift and a curse because. But look what we got here.
Very true.
Like
my beautiful Cincinnati.
Yeah. We the country. The reason why I like it is because the country, we can innovate, but like I said, pros and cons.
Right.
It's gonna, like, the smarter people are always
going to go up.
Go up, bro.
Yep.
Always.
Well, Reiko, we about to go into the Underground Railroad.
The Underground Railroad out here.
Exactly. Beautiful building, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually interested to know if they made some of these, like some of these bricks. I saw, like, the rocks on the other side. So I'm thinking, like, did they just put them there? Or were they sort of kind of like something that was significant to like maybe some type of plantation or something like that? Not right here, but they had rocks in the front. I could be wrong about that. I could be reaching, but we're gonna go in here and see what's up. Yeah. Hey, I like this little alleyway. It's cool right here. And then you have the Newport, the Kentucky, the bridges that go across. I always love that Kentucky, the Newport over there. They have like a building that spirals. Well, when we go over there, we'll see it. But I always love that building. All right, we're inside. Let me see that ticket, Rico. This is the ticket when you guys come into the museum. Nah, Carter, yeah, he's very important.
I don't know who this is. So she died.
This is Biddy Mason.
Okay, and he died. I say she. He died a wealthy real estate investor in California.
I actually did a video about her. She was like in the deep south in slavery, and then she moved out to Cali. And then when she moved out to Cali, she became like a real estate owner. Like she passed away as a millionaire. See, a lot of people don't realize the history behind Juneteenth. I think it was in the last place that had slaves was in Texas. And in Texas, I think
By the end of the Civil War, Texas was the only Confederate state left with a flourishing economy. And this year, prior, slaveholders across the South migrated to Texas to continue growing the harvest economy, forcibly moving their enslaved with them away from the influence of the Union forces.
Yeah, and then the federal soldiers arrived in Galveston, and they basically made sure that it was Juneteenth that day, but there was literally slaves in Texas that didn't know slavery was over, and they were still slaves. Like they were out in the middle of Texas somewhere, and they had slave owners didn't tell them. Yeah, they didn't know slavery was over.
They didn't tell them?
No, and they were still slaves. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the Black Brigade of Cincinnati. I'm also want to do a video about this. They actually helped to defend Cincinnati. Limestone carving. Okay, 2004, The Flight to Freedom. The Flight to Freedom is a series of carved visuals depicting the strength and courage of travelers along the Underground Railroad north to the Ohio River. The aesthetic qualifies to the limestone, including timelessness and strength. Wow, these are beautiful. And this is limestone? So this little exhibit still talks about like the slavery today, just in general, like around the world. Slavery exists around the world today. Men and women, teenagers and children from all backgrounds are forced to work against their will. This is fire. This is nice. So this is probably what, one of the theaters? Oh, that's fire. Okay, so this is the colored waiting room. So these are like artifacts. Yeah, this is really dope. Just to even know that, man, that's crazy. Like at one point, Rico, we had to sit with the coloreds, man. You couldn't even the gym theater, exclusive colored theater. Yeah. Hey, we had our own theater, man. We couldn't rock with nobody else. We had to go to our own theater. So this is like shining a light on human trafficking. So you can go over here. Let's see if we can do this. Rico, you seen this? Well, I think you can pick up this little buzzer and then, okay. Yeah, this is pretty dope. Okay. So you take this little flashlight. Well, I think it's a flashlight. And then you shine it on this one. Is there a button that you push? Look. Oh, so you shine it on that. Yeah. Okay, you shine it on that and then you read.
Yeah, but you see that.
Right. Hey, this is nice. This is like art pieces of forced labor. So this is like a forced labor art piece.
Oh, that's creative.
Yeah, that's creative. With the lungs are like wood and the shovel. Okay, so this one is child labor because of the bricks. Yeah. And then this is sex trafficking.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, this one's sort of hard to look at.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this one is what? Domestic or bonded labor? No, it's domestic servitude.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't really know about this one. I'm trying to figure out what this one means.
Servitude.
Okay. Let's see, Reiko. How could you become enslaved? I mean, I guess you just spin the wheel. Yeah. You probably spin it harder than that. I don't know how I feel about this for you or me. Being abducted. They sort of kind of show like other people's, or like they give examples of like other people's struggle around the world to like give an example of like what African Americans went through in America. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. And just basically like to say, okay, this was slavery then, and then around the world, even in Africa, there was a thing over there about like child workers from 5 to 17, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just really interesting.
A nation in the north and south of unspoken codes and unbreakable rules. And now, state laws and local regulations are used to ensure segregation, to ensure the formal, structured separation of the races based on color.
This is the Freedom Flame. That's interesting. I never even knew that they had ones that had color. I thought they was all white. This is the Ku Klux Klan replica robe. It's interesting because I always thought that the Ku Klux Klan was all white, like all their robes was all white, but I guess not. Like the Confederate flag. You know what's funny? Because I think that there was a team. I forget there's a team. Okay, you know the Columbus Blue Jackets. They have that bumblebee, right? Or like not? It's like a wasp. But the original uniform, I mean, the original mascot is like not a Confederate. So what's the ones in the north? Not Confederate, but the opposite.
What the Norfolk called?
Yeah, Yankees or whatever. They,
yeah.
So the Columbus Blue Jackets, the original ones was the Yankees, and if you go there, I think every once a year they still are at the State House, and they have like the loaded cannon, and it has the Yankees like fighting against the South, you know, like or the Confederate. Hey man, this is like the Red Dead revolver guns. Like, what is it, 1865? Oh, this is a Colt revolver, 44 caliber.
No, this is This is the
Yo, this
north.
is really from 18, like it says between 1858 to 1865. It's an anonymous loaner, so somebody, these are anonymous people that are given these like artifacts. That's crazy.
Now this is the north.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, the North Coast. This is what the Blue Jackets were based off of.
Yeah.
The hockey team. Before they changed the logo, it was this.
Look, they got the sword.
This is hold on. Oh yeah, because back in the Confederate War, they still had the swords
Some cowboy shit.
because they was only shooting. They only had one shot before they had to reload.
So they,
That's crazy.
but they was still on that cowboy shit too. If you can see.
Well, the reason I say it's
Low-key, right?
yeah, but the reason I said it's crazy is because like that's probably the last era of like okay, the old world with swords and then the new world with guns. That's crazy.
That's
yeah.
why it's only one shot. Boom.
Yeah. And then you had to reload it, put the powder in it.
Yeah.
That would have been scary. That would have been scary.
They,
Yeah.
like remember the when they used to do the war, right? They used to do the war, right? They used to boom, and then they used to.
Oh yeah, then they reloaded up, boom, and
whoever
then
died in line,
they have to go real fast.
Yeah, and died, yeah.
You know, one day it would be interesting to have one of see look, the guns right here.
Yeah,
The
right
musket.
there. Yeah, the musket. Look at the water, like
Hey, I ain't gonna front, man.
that shit.
Them muskets was fire.
Yeah.
Like what the heck? But it makes sense because the barrel is so long, so it makes sense why it could shoot so far. Yeah, and they had to. Hey, I ain't gonna front. If they made a new one, I'm not a gun person, so maybe they do make a new one. But I would want one of these. This is fire for real. So this was the U.S. coats when they was walking around in the winter,
Like,
especially when the black regiments. Hey, I ain't gonna say. Hey, they was fresh. Hey, they was fresh, yeah. They was fresh. Okay, so guys, this is Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's a real book. I know some of y'all be calling other people Uncle Tom's. To be honest with you, I never even read this book, so I need to actually read it to understand the meaning of where Uncle Tom comes from. Yo, guys, a lot of these people actually moved to Cincinnati, which is interesting. Cincinnati actually has a lot of history on like slavery, Underground Railroad, the freedom, things like that. So a lot of these figures, they actually moved to Cincinnati. Some are from Cincinnati or from Ohio. So Ohio has like a really big history when it comes to slavery, freedom of slavery, racism. Even when people were in Ohio, there was still racism. It's very convoluted. A lot of things were happening at once. So what is this on? Pro-slavery, anti-slavery quotes. So you pull it up.
the Southerners is the Negro's friend, his only friend, led no intermingling of abolitionists, no refined philosophy to solve this friendship.
You know, it's also interesting. So they're playing like, I think these are, well, of course these are re-recordings of the songs, but they're playing like the war chants, like when the North and the South, like different songs when they would go to the North and the South. And it's interesting because if you really listen to it, you can tell that they just like came over from Great Britain not too long ago. If you really listen to these songs, like you can still hear the British influence in these songs. And even the way that the government was ran for a long time, 13 colonies and all that kind of stuff before America unified. So it's really interesting. If you really pay attention a lot, you can see the transformation of like European into American, and then also like still a lot of the influence of Europe in America still to this day. I mean, we speak English. I'm speaking English. That's European, of course.
No, the 15th Amendment, sorry.
The 14th Amendment is granting citizenship of freed people. That's crazy.
Here's the thing. 13th Amendment abolishes slavery in the United States, right? Mm-hmm. No one, but I read it, right? I can't remember, but it's only if you were like convicted of something, like prison is basically slavery.
But the thing I can't get,
Working and stuff, like I have to go look for it, not the book, but abolishing slavery in the United States, but it says under
there's certain conditions. So this guy, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but Salmon P. Chase, he was a politician and an abolitionist in Cincinnati, Ohio. And so he helped some of the slaves get freed into Ohio, and he was from Cincinnati. And I'm guessing that this is his real burial stone. I could be wrong, but yo, if this is real, that's crazy. 1808 to 1873. They faced harassment and persecution from Cincinnati's pro-slavery majority. Remember I told you last night? Majority of Cincinnati was still pro-slavery. Their rights as citizens were minimal at best, and their very safety was precarious, with gangs on the lookout to kidnap and sell them into slavery for profit. This is the Maroon communities. Now, the crazy thing about the Maroon communities is that they were everywhere. Some people think the Maroons were only in like Jamaica or Haiti, whatever. The Maroons were literally everywhere. They were in North America, they were in the Americas, they were in North America, the Caribbean, Central America, South America. Like, they were everywhere. Like, everywhere black people freed themselves. Because basically a lot of the Maroons would go to the jungle areas, you know, because that's what they knew. A lot of them, like, they might have came from areas that had, like, in West Africa, or maybe some were already in South America, right? Like, or the Caribbean, because a lot of people have already been migrating for so many thousands of years, right? But we're just talking about the last couple hundred years. So anyways, the Maroons, they would go to what they would know, and a lot of times, or where they could flee to, and it would be like the dense forest, and then they would like create rebellions and go to war with slave owners or whole empires. So what I was just telling Brother Reiko is that what a lot of people don't really realize, let me try to step in, I don't know if I'm being too loud, but a lot of people don't realize is that there was a lot of moving around, right? So a lot of people think that black people in America or different places were staying stagnant, and yes, there was a big population that did stay stagnant, but a lot of people don't realize in history, like you had Haiti when they got free, right? So a lot of African Americans went to Haiti and they lived in Haiti and they became Haitian. So you have Haitians that are technically black Americans with their lineage, and then you have Haitians that came to America in the South, or, you know, Jamaicans or whatever it might be in America, and then they came into the African American community, and then now they're African American, and maybe you could look back and some people would say like, yeah, my great granddad was Jamaican, or my grandma was this. So anyways, and back and forth from Africa and South America, Central America. So what I'm trying to say is that like black people weren't stagnant like a lot of people think they were, especially when freedom and when they were moving around, going back to Africa, going to the Caribbean, going to Europe, going to Asia. So I just want you guys to know that, like, you might look back at your lineage and be like, oh, I'm this, but then when you go back far enough, you might actually be different from what you think you are. So, you know, just don't be too cocky all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, just understand things first. This is really beautiful. They have like the trees, and I think they have water over there, so it's sort of kind of like mimicking of outside environment. So this is an iron pot that they found. They excavated it, and I don't know exactly who made it. I don't even know if they know who made it. The pot is a loan to National Underground Railroad Freedom Center. The three-legged iron pot found at the Maplewood Farm in Boney County, Kentucky, where Margaret Garner was enslaved, was a ubiquitous cooking vessel used by most rural Americans, black and white. Europeans and Africans used cast iron cookware from the 1500s. To this day, Africans refer to the vessel as a potjie pot. Both Africans and Europeans used the oversized vessel to prepare for food for large groups of people. There were at least a dozen enslaved men and women at Maplewood, and it is probable that this pot was used for their daily nourishment. And this is the real pot. Hey, what's this? Oh, hold on. This ain't the cotton gin, is it? No, hold on.
Anti-slavery press.
Oh, this is anti-slavery. Oh, so yo got the Washington Press. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Washington Press, man. Anti-slavery, what, newspaper?
Yeah.
Alright guys, now this might sound crazy. I'm not saying that this is real cotton. I wouldn't know myself because I've never seen cotton.
Well, if you have a pillow.
Oh, the stuff in your pillow?
Yeah, some stuff, certain pillows got cotton, made out of cotton. Well, no,
yeah,
your pillows
maybe.
In general, I think are made out of
Well,
cotton.
shirts made out of cotton too, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I've never seen, like, if
Actual
this is,
cotton,
yeah,
like,
actual, like,
in its
raw,
real form.
yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, this is what it is.
Well,
Yeah, it's cotton. It looks like.
because you believe it or not, I have somebody in my family, on the other side of my family, where they were picking cotton in the 70s in the South.
Sharecropping.
Yeah, sharecropping. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, come on, America. Shouldn't we own all the cotton? Like, shouldn't we be owning all the cotton?
Think about it like this. a lot of patents, right? So if I patent something, say you invented something back then, and I patent it, it's mine.
Yeah, and that happened a lot.
But in history, but you wouldn't know it's somebody else's just because it's been documented that it's mine.
Yeah.
I went to go patent it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the patents was crazy.
yeah.
You gotta spin this wheel, man. Then we already spent it the other day, so I mean the other one, it wasn't that good. Oh, you just moved it like that.
You just moved it, yeah.
Delaware was one of the first states, right? Or was it the first state in America? I think Delaware was the first state, right?
All the eastern.
These are the oldest, the northeastern.
Yeah.
Well, or even Virginia.
That's why
even Virginia.
Virginia. Virginia was the first. The slaves were the first people in Virginia, I think, to establish in Virginia.
Well, look how far Virginia came over. Look how North Carolina, right? Look how Georgia used to look. It was funny when I told somebody about Ohio, and they were like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "Okay, look at Virginia. This was West Virginia and Kentucky. That's what I'm saying. This was Kentucky, and this is West Virginia, and this was all Virginia." Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
So Georgia was going all the way over there.
All the way it is.
Yeah.
Until they was like, let's break it into a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when I told somebody that, they was looking at me like a crazy, like, "Oh, it never came over this far." I'm like, "You never looked at an old map, have you?"
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
All this was east.
Yeah.
All this was the east. Yeah.
Because this is the Mississippi
This
River.
is the Midwest, right? Yeah.
So everything over this was at that point. That's why
you
we're
were
on the East
saying-
Coast time. Wow, this is nice how they did this. Yeah, it's the slave ships. I knew that's what it was when we came in here because it was like watery. The Adventures of African Slavery. Captain Theodore Cannon. I was going to do a video about him too. Iron Cross. Iron crosses and iron manillas were used as a form of currency during the transatlantic slave trade. These items were exchanged for other goods, including human beings. Oh, but these are, okay, so these are brass ones. Well, yeah, it makes sense why they could be money, because they're metals, like, that you could use to, make other things or sell it for things. I'm guessing this is like a slave vessel.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. We're gonna get 1,000 views sent up. I don't know if we are or not.
It's a lot of things I didn't know. Well, there are things I already knew as common sense, but overall good experience.
Yeah, I really
want y'all to come down
and see that.
see it. Yeah.
It's also interesting. I gotta get back in here because they forget it's my channel, man.
Forget it's
I'm back in here.
I'm in my,
Yeah, it's your channel now. But what I think for real is that, come on, get in here.
Yeah.
But what I think for real is that it's a really great experience, and to be honest with you, it was better than what I thought it was going to be.
Exactly.
It really was better than what I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. Even though, should get a discount. But,
Yeah, we should get a discount too.
Man, yeah.
Hey, yo, holla at your boy. Like next time,
holla
like
at
let
your
me in
boy.
for free. Until next time. Matter of fact, not even until next time. We have more videos, Cincinnati. We still here.
Exactly.
We got way more to see.
Yeah, I understand that.
Exactly. So if you want more Cincinnati content, because I know you do, then check out the next video that we're about to have right here.
Exactly.
Until next time, peace.
So catch me if I fall.